Hello. Hello, people. This is Phil Chenevert with Why Do We Say That? Ooh. Um, today, oh, I bit my tongue. Today, I received an email from my health provider, and the big headline said, "This flu season is a doozy." Now, today's word is doozy. When we say it's a doozy, we mean, whoa, it's special, it's spectacular. I mean, it's wonderful, it's one of a kind, or it's unique, or it's really nice. Now, I thought that was an old phrase, but apparently people still use it these days, which kind of surprised me. But so it's a doozy. The In the 1920s, the Duzenberg brothers in Indianapolis started a company to make motor cars, and um, these motor cars were luxury motor cars. I mean, they were expensive. These Duzenberg, by the way, was the name of the cars, and their luxury cars were very expensive and they were very fast. They won the Indianapolis. They won I think the France, um, whatever it was, the big motorcycle and the big race in Europe. They were very good. Their motors were what they did. They're famous for their inline six. So anyway, so Duzenberg, the short for is it's a doozy. This is where um, the most people think the word comes from. In other words, wow, that's a doozy. They see these beautiful long cards. It would cost like upwards of $300,000 in today's dollars. And of course, very few people could buy them. But the company ultimately went out of business. It was bought, whatever. But so the Duesenberg was mostly thought to give us that phrase, it's a doozy. But I traced back even further. Yes. The fact is that it's a doozy comes from uh, 1800s, 18, well, the 18, mid 1800s, 1850. The Irish that came into here had a brogue, a dialect, Gaelic, I suppose, and their dialect was, how can you put it? The words are pronounced. If you ever seen Gaelic, it doesn't pronounce the way you think it's going to pronounce. It pronounces something different. So they had a slang, and their word, doozy, meant exactly that. Really neat, wonderful, spectacular, fabulous. Uh, that's a doozy. In fact, I learned that the word for dukes comes from there. It's the same Irish slang. So if you go back further, this was, about 80 years before the Duesenberg brothers. So the phrase, it's a doozy, actually entered the English language, well, it was printed early 1900, 1906 or something. But, so when you use the phrase, and you do, I hope, use the phrase, wow, it's a doozy of a day. Yes, sure. The phrase goes back way to Irish slang dialect, and then of course it was reinforced with this phrase, "It's a doozy" with the Duesenberg. So use that. It's a wonderful phrase. Don't let these things die out, folks. We need them. It's easy to say, "Oh boy, it's a wonderful morning." No, say, "Wow, smell that air. It's a doozy of a morning." This is Phil, and I'll be back with some mo flow. Not now, though. Oh, that rhymes too, huh?